Start recording. Good morning, everyone. My name is Isela Bonada. Welcome to Monday's Power Hour training. Today is Monday, May 9th. Really excited to have you all here on our call today. But before we get started and before we introduce our special speaker and trainer today, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we are going to, hold on, why can't I do this? Oh, here we go. We're going to do our affirmations. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Thumbs up, awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. You're going to repeat after me. We're going to do our independent power solar hero affirmations. Number one, for those of you, please at this time unmute yourself so that we can all say it together. And you're going to repeat after me. So number one, I am a powerful solar professional. All of you now.
I am a
powerful
solar professional.
Awesome. Number two, I do business morally and ethically.
I do business morally and
Ethically.
Number three, I am successful, intelligent, and confident.
I am successful, intelligent, and confident.
Number four, I do not depend on luck or unrealistic possibilities.
I do
not depend on luck
or
unrealistic
possibilities.
Number five, I am making a positive impact in the world and in the lives of others.
I am making a positive impact in the world and lives of others.
Number six, I radiate with confidence and people feel that.
I radiate with confidence and people feel that.
Number seven, I am building a renewable energy empire.
I am building a renewable energy empire.
Number eight, therefore, money comes easily and frequently and in increasing quantities.
Therefore,
money comes easily and frequently and in increasing quantities.
Awesome. Doesn't that feel good?
Yes.
Make sure you print them out or take a screenshot, and I'll try to upload it into our chat. Have it printed out, put it on the side of your desk, put it on your mirror, post it up, and before you go to sleep or you wake up in the morning, put it on the side of your bed, and when you wake up, say these affirmations. It feels powerful and it feels really good. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our trainer for today. He is a mentor with power. And for those of you that are in Southern California and have been to our Downey office, he is a master at door knocking. He's a powerful speaker. If you've heard him before, he came from a different industry, joined power, really didn't do much, but then all of a sudden he just hit the ground running, and he is an awesome mentor. I heard him the other day with the multiple objections from the homeowner he was presenting, and he was amazing on what he did. So for further ado, I would like to introduce mentor door knocking master David Perez.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon for those on the East Coast. Can you guys hear me, Stella?
Yes.
All right, nice. So thank you, everybody, for hopping on. I'm honored to be here in the call today. Shout out to JC for allowing me to do this training today. Hope that we could add some value. I believe that I'm sharing my screen. So today we're going to be sharing a little bit on sales basics, right? So everybody can see my screen? Isela, are you there?
Yes.
All right, nice. Got it, guys. Got it. Okay, cool. So I'll share briefly about my story here at Power. So I've been with Power officially a little over a year. I have a ton of sales experience. I do come from a different industry. So I still consider myself new to solar. And man, I just love the platform, love the team, love everything we're doing here. Love the fact that the reason why I'm with Power, people ask me that all the time. One of the biggest challenges in business, for those of you that are business owners, is that I've always had in business is scaling. So the platform allows us to scale at a fast rate, relatively easy. So I love that, guys. And that's the reason why I'm here. And so I'm gonna get right into the training because of time. So I might have some solar pros on here that have been doing this for a while. And so it's always good to go back and start at the foundation. And first and foremost, we are a sales company, right? That's what we do. We offer our services, we help customers out, and we help customers when there's a transaction that happens. So today I'm going to be sharing on filling up our pipeline and how to get more sales. All right, so let's get right into it. So this is what I consider my sales process here, really simple. The more leads I have in my pipeline, the more leads you have in your pipeline, the more people you have to contact, the more prospects. Therefore, the more homeowners you're going to help, and that results in more income for you. But most importantly, you're able to help more families. So today, it's all about filling up your pipeline. Whether your pipeline's filled right now or you're catching yourself not having enough prospects after today, we're going to focus on prospecting, and this is going to help everyone. Here we go. So what is a lead? Real important that we understand the sales basics. A lead is an unqualified person or business who may eventually become a client. A sales lead also refers to the data that identifies the entity as a potential buyer, product, or service. So right now we're living in a day and age where we have unlimited leads. Well, like, what makes me say that? There's just data everywhere. It's easier than ever before in time to be able to look up homeowners, to be able to look up new homes that just sold in the past year, to be able to get phone numbers. Like, it's just, there's an abundance of leads. There's an abundance of leads that are free. And so it's important that we understand that. If you feel you don't have any leads, just look at all your contacts. Those are all leads. Leads to become ambassadors, consultants, and potential customers. So first and foremost, we have to have a mindset that there's an abundance of leads. Let me see. I don't know why I just switched over from a Chromebook to a Mac, and I'm still getting familiar with it. A prospect. What is a prospect? A lead becomes a prospect after you have engaged in communication and they have shown interest in your product and are willing to hear more about your solution. So after you've engaged, after you've talked to them, you're able to weed out and keep your leads as leads, and then be able to filter it and understand who is a prospect. So right now, you want to focus on filling up your pipeline. We understand that there's an abundance of leads. Once you engage in that, you want to start weeding them out, and you want to be able to keep track of how many prospects you have in your pipeline. It's real important. I coach this all the time. The follow-up is very, very key. A sales follow-up is what you do after your initial pitch, so to encourage the prospective customer to take action. So this is very, very alarming right here. So 44% of salespeople give up after following up one time. 60% of customers say no 4 times before they say yes. So Isela did touch up on this a little bit. I coached the team on how to door knock, right, when they want to generate leads. I love going to neighborhoods that have been knocked before, because I feel that those customers are already warmed up. They've already, thought about solar. There was somebody that went out there and they started the process, but a lot of sales are not done at the first contact. Therefore, I like to come behind that and create sales out of it. So I love customers that have engaged in a conversation before about solar. So a master prospector will always outproduce a master closer. What does that mean? Someone who's always prospecting will, in my opinion, get more sales and help more families than even the person that's a pro in solar that's been doing it for many years. Even though, say, the prospector is new, they'll generate more sales because they're making more contacts. So sales is a contact sport. The more hands we shake, the more people we call, the more people we engage with, the more solar we're going to be able to put on roofs. And so what I always love to preach is prospecting. If you sold 2 deals last week, go out and prospect this week. If you sold 0 deals last week, go out and prospect this week. So prospecting is extremely key. I always coach this to people on the team, and I always give them this example. Like, if you had a restaurant and you were a restaurant owner, and you want to have business, you want clients to come in. However, like, if your restaurant, like, as a restaurant owner, let's say that you were you only open up your restaurant like 5 hours a week, that's not going to be a successful restaurant. There's no way that customers could come in, buy your product, or do business with you. And so prospecting to me is the equivalent. If I was a business owner, how many hours will my restaurant be open? So how many hours are you out there prospecting will determine your success in solar. And that's like, that to me is by far the most important thing that we do here at Power. We help a lot of families, and we help families when there's a transaction that happens. And first and foremost, Power is a sales company. That's the reason why, you know, at the end of the month, we recognize, right, the top recruiters, the top producers, the top mentors. And we always do that because we are, make no mistake about this, we are a sales organization, and we're building up champions to, you know, to sell a lot of solar. So prospecting is key. So in my opinion, these are great ways that you can fill up your pipeline. So top producers never stop prospecting. So this is a great way to, you know, to start your career, right? We have a warm market, friends, family, coworkers, right? People that you've known for many years. Door knocking is a great way. Cold calling, networking, BNI. Let me go ahead and move this over here. Social media and ambassadors is a great way. So all of these are key right here. These are not the only ways that you can prospect. There's a lot of other ways. In my opinion, we should all be networking, right? We should all be recruiting ambassadors. So I always coach people on the team to do at least 2 out of 3 that are on this sheet right here, on this slide, and really master it. To be transparent, I believe that it really narrows down to 3 because warm market, as solar pros, we should always be touching up on our warm market, right? Networking, we should always be networking. That's something that we should be doing regardless, and we should be recruiting ambassadors. But to really narrow it down, what I tell people that are on my team, people that I'm working with directly, is I narrow it down to mastering one of the 3, which is either door knocking, cold calling, or social media. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is that in addition to the networking and BNI and all the warm leads, right? We know that's going to happen, right? The name of the game is referrals. So it doesn't mean that you're going to be door knocking, cold calling, right, forever. So, and what I mean by social media is if you really legitly practice and learn social media. So I wish I was a social media expert. I'm learning, right? I'm stepping up my game, right? For those of you that follow me, you know, I'm trying to post more consistently. But what I mean by social media is like where you learn how to really take it to the next level, and you're placing ads and you're paying for ads. Like if that's something that you know, and that's a skill set that you know you have or that you're developing, then you won't have to door knock. Then you don't have to cold call. But if that's not something that you're doing, then I always encourage people on the team to either learn cold calling or door knocking as a way to fill up your pipeline and generate prospects. Now, what I love about Power, and you guys hear this from JC all the time, right? JC went out there, he hit the doors, right? And some people on the team. But what I love about it is that like it's not forever. Unlike traditional solar dealers or solar companies, right? There's reps that have been door knocking for 5 years, 4 years, and there's no end result to that. Like they have to continue to do that because that's all they have. That's all they know how to do. So here at Power, there's an exit strategy, right? And you don't have to door knock forever. But if you're consider yourself a full-time solar pro, or you want to transition to full-time, then you want to have as many leads as possible. All right, so here we go. So this right here, really basic. Extremely basic. This is the sales process. This is what I love to coach. This is what I like to focus on. Just to be real transparent, I know most of you on this call know it, but we want to keep it really simple, right? Whenever you're not seeing the results that you feel you should be having, or you want to change your results, you always want to go back down to the foundation and find out like what area do you want to improve in. So to me, this is the sales process, real simple. Step number 1 is get an electric bill, right? Once you get an electric bill, set the appointment, right? You want to become good at that transition, right? Set the appointment. Step 3, present the proposal. right? Step 4 is qualify the client, right? Credit check. So once you do the proposal, you want to qualify them. You want to make sure that you can secure financing, sign the paperwork, get that deal in the pipeline, hand it off to our amazing team of project managers, right? The back end at Power that does such a great job of moving these jobs through the pipeline. And then step 6, go get another one and go get another one fast, right? Don't sit there and babysit your project all the way through. No, that project is done, right? You've already started your sales process. Now you do become a project manager and you're working with the project manager, but you want to go get another one fast. Why? Because the truth is that we don't know if this project's going to take, 21 days to get installed or 60 days to get installed. And if you're full-time, right, then you should always be prospecting. If you're part-time and you want to transition to full-time, then you need more than one job in the pipeline. So this is a very simple process that you want to become better at. In my opinion, you do want to learn, basics about solar, right? You want to have some ideas about how solar works, right? You want to learn how to set the proposals, how to design a system. You want to learn all that, right? It's very, very important. However, you first want to become a master and you want to become really confident at getting bills and setting appointments, because that's where we're helping the families and that's where you're learning, and you want to become, right, a mentor. If you want to become a mentor, then you have to become an expert at getting bills and setting appointments. So on the back end, you're going to learn through the proposals, through one-on-one times. So, people that I work with directly, they want to learn everything about solar in one Zoom and one appointment, and they've only gotten 3 bills in their sales career. And I do teach them some of the basics, right? If I mention some of your products, you guys know I do spend some time on that, but I spend most of my time in getting the bills and setting appointments and that repetition over and over, because we want to help you have a very successful career in solar, right? We want to help you have a long career. We want to help you, sit down and help as many families as possible. We want to help you with that. And so we want you to be able to learn that and master that. So as an example is like, we're teaching you how to fish. Don't worry about, what you're doing, how to cook the fish, and don't worry about that back end stuff. You want to, talk to as many customers as possible and help as many families as possible. So here in California, for those of you that's out here in California, you know that we have an urgency to help as many families as possible right now while we're in net metering 2.0. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about that. Talk to your mentor. Right, we're not going to stop helping families in net metering 3.0, right? We're in this for the long haul. We know that things are going to come back in our favor. But in my opinion, I know that this is the best time to go solar. And I love the new marketing material that they sent, that they put out from Power. One of those slides that I agree with a lot, it says the best time to have gone solar was yesterday. The second best time to go solar is today. And I agree with that 100%. We have seen slight increase in some of the equipment, right? We are starting to see interest rates go up, right? In different markets, right? In different areas, such as like in home loans. And it's only a matter of time where that possibly starts affecting our solar rates. And so you want to help as many families as possible right now. So become real familiar with the sales process, become an expert. In my opinion, the first step is learn how to get a lot of bills, set a lot of appointments, and have so much business where now it's like, okay, I want to master the presentation. I want to master the design. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do a little exercise with everyone right here. So not everyone that we come across with, right, is just ready to hand you their bill. Not everyone that you talk to is just ready to go solar. So there is objections, right? It's part of what we do. As a sales professional, you want to have an idea how to handle that objection, right? And become better at this. So we should expect, objections, like it will happen. And so you don't want to be surprised to it. So I have a little theory that I like to coach. I want to get through the sales process a little bit faster because I want to get to the objections. And that's where we start, our sales process. So, most of the time customers are going to bring up, some level of objection. Some are a little bit more legit than others. So you want to be able to know how to address them. So this is the way you handle an objection. You have to acknowledge it. How do you acknowledge an objection? You acknowledge it by repeating it back to the customer. So whenever a customer throws an objection at you, whether it's on the phone, in person, or you're doing a presentation, you wanna let them know that you're listening to them, right? You wanna acknowledge the objection. If they say something like, I don't know, like just, hey, solar, we don't feel solar is a great fit for us, right? That's an objection. Or I don't have a high bill, right? My bill is only $120 a month. That's why we don't want to go solar. So that's an objection. So first and foremost, you want to acknowledge it. Like, hey, Mr. Customer, I completely understand that you feel your bill's not that high, that it's only $120 a month, right? So you're repeating it back to them. And then you want to address the concern, and you want to be ready with your key solar benefits. I want everybody to write this down. Your key solar benefits. Each one of you should master at least 3 key solar benefits. So these are the way you handle objections, and you want to know these you just want to know these. You want to have them instilled inside of you. So whenever an objection arises, you acknowledge it, right? You let the customer know, hey, Mr. Customer, I'm hearing you. You address the concern, and then you hit them with the key solar benefit. And so what I want everybody right now in the chat, I want everyone to write down, type in 1 key benefit of solar that you agree with. So let me see here. Right, so write down, JC wrote down the 26% tax credit. That's a good one. Who else has another one for us? Right, renewable energy, that's a good one. Right, helps the planet. Of course, locked in price, locked in your rate. Right, permanent equity increase, I love it. 0 down. Right, so these are all key benefits. There's tons of benefits. There's no right or wrong benefit, right? Because we know that there's a lot of benefits. Saves money, right? Reduce energy costs, savings. Right, so you want to master one down. You want to have one that you know, hey, I'm ready to go. This is one of my benefits, and this is what I use all the time. Now, when you're talking to a potential lead or prospect, right? Like say you're not presenting yet, you don't want to get to a home. You don't want to call customer, and an amateur will call customer and say, hey, Mr. Customer, right? You were referred to me. I heard that you're interested in going solar, and then start shooting off all your benefits. To be honest with you, we don't have to do that a lot of times to get a bill and set an appointment, right? So you want to have those, I call it having it in the chamber, right? You're ready, and you're ready to bring it out as needed. But a lot of times you could save it, right, to where it comes to your close, to it comes to your proposal. Now you could drop one here and there, but you don't want to get to a customer and call them and just start shooting off all your benefits of solar. That's called selling, right? And no one wants to be sold, right? I've yet to have sold a family on solar, to be transparent. We educate, we put the information in their hands, and we help them make a great decision, right? And that's the process that we take. But I've yet to have slam somebody and convince somebody to go solar, right? We're not Jedis, right? That we just get to just control their thoughts, right? So the way we sell solar is not based on our thoughts, right? We can't sell customers based on our thoughts and on our theories and what we believe. It's helping them understand where they're at, and helping them understand the benefits of solar where they agree, right? I always do that in my sales process. I always have them agree, right? Like, for example, right, great one right here by Jeff, asset versus liability, right? Would you agree that owning something, Mr. Customer, is better than renting? Yes or no? And then, they agree with me. So that means they're following along. And so the old way of selling things is you have this person trying to convince all the time. You know what I mean? You're not going to convince anybody into a $60,000 contract, right? It's not going to happen, right? A $40,000, $30,000 contract. That's not what we do. But we educate, we inform, and we help guide to make an informed decision. So my favorite customers are the ones that aren't interested in solar. I love customers that really aren't interested in solar, because once I educate them, it makes so much sense, and they're informed, and they're just like, wow, like I didn't know this is how it worked. and they love it, right? And so you want to help them make an informed decision. And so, right, so you want to have your benefits down. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna get into our last slide right here. So JC says this all the time, right? That stories is what sells. So let me go ahead and move this right here. Sorry about that, guys. Chat. How do we close this? I'm telling you guys, I'm getting familiar with the Mac, right? My $200 Chromebook wouldn't not have done this to me right here. Oh, here we go. All right, so let me close this off. I'm getting into my last slide right here, but go ahead and keep posting your benefits, guys, there we go. Okay, cool. So here you go. This is a live scenario from a customer. For those of you that don't sell in California, it probably won't be like this, right? It'll be different numbers. Whatever the numbers look like in your state, hey, it is what it is, right? There's still a ton of benefits. I personally don't sell in savings, to be transparent. So whenever I'm presenting here in California, I let the customer know, like, man, we're lucky, like you're spoiled. We're spoiled here in California. The fact that you're saving, it's like that's a huge plus. So I've done a lot of business in I've done some business in Florida, some in Texas, and every time I've sold in Texas is a bill swap. What does that mean? Is that if they have a $2,000 electric bill, they're pretty much going to pay $190, $200 for the solar. It's just a bill swap, and there's a ton of benefits to that, right? So this is a live scenario. So I'm going to give you guys some ammo today. You guys can use this scenario from one of our customers. So whenever I'm getting objections, right, I talk about the benefits of solar, and then I get into actual stories. I get into actual families that I've sold, right? If you guys that have sold solar, every single one of your clients that you've helped out is a story. Every scenario is a little bit different. And a lot of customer stories will relate with your prospect story. So I love bringing them up. And I'll see something like, hey, Mr. Customer, let's say they're saying like, hey, my bill's not that high. And then I'll say, hey, Mr. Customer, I completely understand your bill's not that high. I completely understand that. A lot of people, in this area, do feel that way because, I've helped families and other communities where the bill is a lot higher. So I agree with you. It's not that high. However, I was able to help a family, a customer that felt just like you, right? This gentleman felt that his bill wasn't that high. It was an average bill of like $180 a month. But what I was able to do for this customer is take his bill from 182. We helped him bring it down to 107, right? Fixed. This customer was saving over $54,000. That's what this transaction netted him, over $54,000 in 25 years. And he got a federal tax credit of $8,748.99. That was his tax credit. I'm not saying, Mr. Customer, I could do that for you. I really don't know if your home is a great fit. However, I just want to work on a detailed report that shows you the benefits, see if your home qualifies for solar, see if you're a good fit. 2 out of 3 homes in California are not a good fit for solar. And then you make an informed decision at that time. Is it okay if I come back tomorrow with a detailed proposal? And then you set the appointment. So these are facts here. This is a real life scenario. If you haven't sold the solar deal in California, right, you could borrow this example here. So I'm always giving them examples of families that I've helped in the past. I took a family from paying this to paying this, and we secured their future. We got them into a better position. And then these are actual facts. So you want to know your key benefits of solar, right? And you want to learn that. You want to have that down. You want to master it. And you always want to set the appointment. Every customer that I talk to, whether it's a referral, whether it's someone I door knock, whether it's somebody who messages me on social media, right? When I'm engaging in a solar conversation, I want to be able to present to that customer like, hey, let's just find out if you're a good fit for solar, and then we go from there, right? And so you want to set up appointments as much as possible. What I coach, some people on the call will actually agree, some won't, but I coach like for every 5 presentations that you do, that'll get you 1 install, right? You might sell more, you might sell less, but if you're doing 5 presentations, that'll get you 1 install. You might sell more deals, but if it's a real simple, formula that I love to coach the team. It's really better than that, but I wouldn't bet money on it, right? Like I wouldn't bet on something that's not a guarantee, right? So even this formula it's a better guarantee than Canelo winning the fight, right? We saw that he lost for boxing fans, right? That was a guarantee, but right, we saw that he lost for the first time in I don't know how many years. But no, this is something that I coached the team. For 5 presentations, you're gonna get 1 install. 10 presentations, you're gonna get 2 installs. 20 presentations, you're gonna get 4 installs, right? That's how I first transitioned to full-time. So I wasn't full-time. I had a prior business. I was doing both my prior business and solar. And when I made the transition to come full-time, I was like, man, like I have to really supplement and make up this income that my current business is providing for me. And when I broke it down, I said, wow, like if I do 25 presentations in a month, I'll do this many sales. That'll more than make up for my income just off of M1s. And I'm like, I could do that. So I don't focus on sales. I don't even keep track of I keep track like of my sales because of the projects. But for those people that work with me directly on the team, and I coach always on presentations. Like how many people did I present to, right? If I'm doing less than like 8 presentations in a week, I'm not doing my job, right? I really want to get to 10 a week consistently, right? If we do right 40 presentations, if you do the numbers, that's like 8 solar deals, right? So it's an easy transition. So that's pretty much it. That's what I have here. We'll open it up. I do want to talk a little bit about some objections. If anyone has any questions. So Isela, I'll have you kind of like take over.
If anybody has a question, you want to write it in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourselves.
Yeah, I got a quick question. Thank you for the presentation, David. So for the part where they do a qualification, the credit check, are all of the finance companies requiring the clients to go through a hard credit check? Like for example, we have Good Leap here. So are they like the ones that have their hard check?
No, Good Leap is the only one that I believe is a soft pull. The other 2, Mosaic and Sunlight, are a hard check.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Yeah.
for Good Leap, it doesn't matter what year we're doing. It's as long as it's Good Leap, then it's a soft check.
It's a soft check, correct.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Does anybody want to throw any objections? And we could role play a little bit.
Hey,
questions?
question for
Yes.
you, if I could ask, David.
Yes.
Thank you. This has been really informative. I appreciate it. So I see that you're thinking about 40 presentations are leading to 8 sales, and you're doing a lot of door knocking, which I'm about to do. So my question for you is, how many doors are you knocking on and you're actually connecting with people in order to get to those 40 presentations?
So I still door knock, so out with the team, but I don't do it as much as I did before. Due to the fact that business is booming right now. Like we have the team's growing, and you guys know this. However, I wouldn't focus on door knocking, like as far as like knocking a lot of doors. You just want to focus on having good conversations at the door. So eventually, like once you start mastering it, you could do 1 street and get like 3 bills and set up 3 presentations. So some people that door knock, they coach like doing 100 doors a day, doing 200 doors a day. That's a lot of doors. You just want to have. I would keep track better of having good conversations at the door and keep track of your presentation. So what I mean by that is like, how many homeowners are you talking to at the door? If you could have 25 good conversations in a day, whether it's through the phone or door knocking, then you should get at least, like, I would say out of that, like 3 bills, probably even 5 bills, to be honest to you. So, and you'll find out that having, 25 conversations in a day with actual homeowners, decision makers, it's kind of challenging. Like you probably won't do it most days. But even if you have, let's say you go out one day and you have 5 good conversations, then the next day just try to have 6 or 7. So I would focus more on conversations with the actual homeowners than doors knocked.
Okay, great. Thank you. And are you, for people that you're not connecting with, are you leaving anything behind? And if you are leaving behind, are you seeing any results from that?
Flyers, only for when they're not home. I keep them in your back pocket. Don't have it visible, because then they're just going to want a flyer. They'll come out and they'll be like, hey, give me a flyer and I'll call you. So the ones that get flyers are the ones that aren't home. I've gotten a couple people call back. Yeah, you'll close a deal here and there. But I'm just at the door, so I want to leave something there. But if I have a conversation with someone, then I'm just sending them an e-card. They don't get my flyer, just to be honest. Like, oh, give me a flyer. So I'll ask for their phone number right there and then. I have a card that I'll text them. So meaning if they don't give me their number, then they're really not interested. So we'll just we'll go to the next one.
So do you think it's worth it then to go ahead and leave a flyer, you know, and are people actually like replying to it, or do you think it's
Yeah,
worth the
absolutely.
investment?
Absolutely, it's worth the investment because to be honest with you, you're already out there putting in the work. You're knocking, you're walking, you're burning the calories. So if you don't leave anything, say they're not home, then they'll never know that you went. So right, so the fact that you leave that, the flyer is actually pitching them for you. Even if you get one call a year, like that call is worth it.
Right. Okay,
right.
thank
So
you.
that's just extra, yeah. So, but yeah, I wouldn't focus on just leaving flyers, right? You want to have engaging conversations, but absolutely, if you throw out 10,000 flyers and you get one call, to me, it's worth it. I was already there. I was already walking. So yeah, I do recommend leaving flyers.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you.
This is Joe Martychek out of Pittsburgh. I think I'm the newest mentor to the program. Hey, excellent stuff you just discussed there. The things you're talking about were the things I'm thinking about. So we're right on point here. I'm a walker, knocker, and talker. I just want to point out, are any of you guys using the Sales Rabbit? Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah. I don't use it. I've used it in the past. It's a great tool. So I don't speak against it. Like if you have it, it will help you keep track. To me, it slows me down when I'm out there. Like so, but if it helps you, absolutely, I'm for it. I've used it in the past. I know people that love it and they love using it. So I just personally don't, because I feel that it slows me down trying to pull up a name and right and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think it's a great tool.
Yeah, I just wanted, but yeah, excellent job. And as far as door hangers, I leave something like this. I think it's fantastic. You know, it's a great way to leave some information. And like you, I was very impressed with the things you talked about. Great job.
Well, congrats on making mentoring, and thank you so much.
Oh, can I mention one other thing? So I'm out in the field today, and I saw an HVAC guy, and I saw chimney people, and I found a plumbing guy, and I basically I caught those people, and I gave them my card, and I told them, go talk to your boss and tell them about this amazing opportunity. Because I'm looking at it like this. These people are in the house every single day. They already been invited. Sir. Once you collect your check, is it too hard to say, hey, by the way, we got involved in the solar industry. If we can get a copy of your bill, my expert will get a hold of you and they'll split the money with me. How much easier could it be? I'm just trying to throw out a few nitbits.
Great job. Yeah, I love it. That's the power of the platform. The platform makes us all look as $1 million, companies, independent companies that were part, through your brand. So congratulations. That's a great nugget there. Any other questions?
I see one here that says, someone asked, what do you say when customers locks in on the total price? Wow, that's a really big loan. I don't want to go into more debt.
Well, so once we're presenting, I just show them the fact that like it's real simple math, right? Say if they're paying I have them do the math with me. If they're paying $200 a month, then I'll break that down. So $200 a month times 12 months. So let's say times 12 months, that's 24,000. So times 10 years, that's like 24,000 that they're gonna spend regardless if they don't go solar, right? Even with no rate increase, but there is gonna be rate increases. So I just have them, something that I'm working on a lot is really showing them the pain, not the pain that we're making up, right? Because we're not gonna go into a house and make up pain, but there's real pain. Like here in California, right? Southern California, Edison in the last 6 months increased their rates like 18%. And the rates have doubled pretty much almost like within 5 years, and it's about to happen again. So I just show them the real life scenario, right, of where they're at. Any other questions, team?
What do you usually say, David, to ones that do trust you, that do like you? The presentation makes sense, but they're shoppers. So then they would say something like, hey, this sounds great. Give me some time so that I can actually do some research and check in with other companies. And if this is still the best deal, then I would go with you. Like, what do you say there usually?
I say, of course, like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's a big decision. My goal is, so the way I coach is like, you always want to just focus on the next step. Like, what's your next step? So like, obviously the goal is to get them installed, right? That's the ultimate goal. We want to get a customer, present, and get them installed, right? We want to do install. But you know, there's a lot of steps in between. So if you're here in the presentation, you're doing the proposal, then your next step is just to qualify them. It's not for them to say yes. It's not for them to sign the paperwork. I'm not worried about them signing the paperwork. I don't even know if they qualify yet. So what I always love to do is that I love to qualify them. Like, hey, of course, it makes a ton of sense to think about it. Let's make sure that these are your actual numbers, because what if your rate's higher? What if I can't approve you through this finance company? And some people, you know, kind of get a little offended at times. Some don't. Every scenario is a little bit different. Oh, we'll qualify. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm sure you will. Like, you know, our process is very streamlined. Like, you know, most customers do qualify, but the scenarios just come a little bit different. So then I want to qualify them. And then I find out that once I qualify them, my closing ratio is like a lot higher than when they don't. And I want to get the paperwork signed. We don't really want to do cancels. So I always let them know, like, hey, like, if you feel you're going to cancel, like, I won't sign the paperwork. And I always tell them, like, if you want to make sure that this is a good deal, everyone handles it a little bit different. I tell them, hey, I priced this out and I'm presenting today with in mind that you are going to get other quotes. Even before you told me that, I already know that you are. I'm real confident with my numbers. We do have a price match guarantee. And I'm real confident that I'm going to bring the best value with the best equipment, the best warranty. So as you shop around, let's get started today. That's how confident I am that you're going to end up going with us. And I want to get them signed. If they don't want to get signed up that day and they want to go shop first, hey, I'm okay with either one. And that's the key of having your pipeline full, right? So I have 2 other presentations that same day, and I know that I'm going to go generate more leads. So if you're not generating leads, then you're going to get all emotional. You're going to want to sell that customer right there and then. And that's why it's key to, you know, have your pipeline full, because you don't want to like they call it, right, commission breath. You don't want to have commission breath in the presentation. And either way, whatever they decide, I'm okay with. But I feel confident getting started right there and then. And a lot of times that's worked out where we get started, they get other quotes. Very rarely do I have to do any adjustments, really, because we're pricing things out competitively. We're not looking to, you know, hit a home run or, you know, make all these crazy $2 price per watt, right, commission on one deal. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much my process for that, my approach.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. We're almost at the top of the hour. So one last question. Going once, going twice.
Where do you usually price it at per watt? I guess every deal's selective, I would assume, or where's the top?
Yeah. Every scenario is different. What I like to do is, once I get the proposal ready, I don't have a formula, but I just ask myself this, like, would I go for this deal, right? Like, is this something that I would sign up for? And if I wouldn't sign up for it, if I don't think it's like where my price points are there, then I'll adjust it where I'm like, okay, I'll sign up for this. And not that you want to give them a great deal. Like, to be honest with you, like this entire year, I think I did like the 1 year free for one customer. Like, I don't really like doing that because there's just a ton of value already. I think I did it one time. So it's a great tool to have, but we don't have to do that. And so what happens is I just ask myself that, would I go for this deal? Would this make sense for me as a homeowner? And then that's what I'll present at. So whatever that is for you, like, you know, that's my recommendation.
Well, I've never gone any higher than a 1.1, and I'm usually around a 0.75. I was just trying to get a perspective on that.
Got it. I think that's probably been the highest too, depending on the markets as well. There's some markets where you have to drop it, and the size of the system, right? If you're doing like a 20 kW system versus a 5 kW, right? It's completely different price points. So yeah, I just do per scenario.
David, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Anthony. Hey, if somebody wants to get more one-on-one training with you, what's the best way to assign you as a mentor and get in contact with you?
Just tagging me, my phone number, or we have the live trainings in Downey as well, Mondays. But I don't know if you still could put my number in the chat. Just shoot me a text. We're in the chat, so message me on the chat. Yes, sir.
Oops. All right, we're at the top of the hour. Thank you, David.
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody.
That training was awesome. But before we
Excellent.
go, I'm gonna type in David's number. Make sure before you tag a mentor, just kind of reach out and let them know when you tag them. Don't make everybody's really busy. We want to make sure that we don't miss your tag. So once you do that, go ahead and reach out and text them and let them know that you tagged them. Put the name of the homeowner, full name, last name, and do your best to put all the information needed as far as, the roof, how many years is a roof, the picture of the main electrical panel, upload the bill. If you can add the kilowatt usage for the year, do the most that you can up to what you've already learned for the mentor. It'll make their job a little easier. And then once the proposal comes in, you can edit it. But also want to remind everybody this Saturday, May 14th, if you are in Southern California, we're having a solar business opportunity showcase here. Bring your prospects, bring anybody that real estate agents, mortgage lender, anybody that would be an asset to your team. Anybody want to introduce the business will be live here on Saturday, May 14th. It will start sharply at 10 o'clock. And then after that, we'll be having a training with JC Rangel. And it'll be $12 for those consultants that are going to stay for the training. We're going to provide the lunch so that you can stay and focus till about it'll be done between 2 and 2:30ish. So we encourage you, all of you guys that are here, do not miss out on it. I'm going to post the link. Make sure you register. There is limited seating in the training room here in the Downey, California office. And with that said,
11 o'clock.
I don't think there's any more announcements other than on Saturday, June 4th, also mark down your calendar.
Excuse me, can you do that? Is that training gonna be online? Because I'm in Pennsylvania, so I
Yes,
can't.
thank you for the reminder, Lloyd. It will be available via Zoom for those that are not going to be local here in Downey in the Southern California area. It will be live and it will be Zoom. We'll send an email reminder of Saturday and the timeline and the agenda. And with that being said, I think that's the end. Thank you so much, David. We really appreciate your knowledge. Have a wonderful week. Remember to post your Solar Heroes, your affirmations when you wake up in the morning or whenever it's your time to zone in on what you want to accomplish for the week. Make sure you say those out loud. And then that's it. Have a great week, everybody.
Priscilla, real quick, I went to go sign up for the 14th, and there's a choice of if you're going to be there, the $12, and then or business opportunity only. So, but if those of us who need to watch the training part online, which of those options do we choose?
You don't train. If you're going to watch it online, you don't have to register. Only those that are going to be in person.
Okay.
It's limited seating. That's all we ask for. If you're going to bring a guest, register your guest. If you're going to be here for the training, register yourself because we need to buy lunch for you. So
okay, thanks.
that'll be it. Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome week. We'll be posting the training. Thank you.
Thank you, Stella. Thank you, David.
And really quick, yeah. So remember, those of you that Jonathan Brunasso posted, I think on Power Hitters Messenger, we are switching to Telegram as a way of communicating. So make sure you get the app and we'll see you there. Bye, guys.
JC will still have his WhatsApp, right?
Not sure who's handling that part. So my understanding is we're all switching to Telegram because I think WhatsApp already hit the limited to as well.
Okay, thank you.
Right.